Communities are becoming very sought after. Content is available everywhere, but real community around a common interest is highly valuable. It can be a great addition to a course that you've got or a coaching program. We've run some fantastic cohort-based courses this way, and if you're not sure what a cohort-based course is, you can check out a video in the description. So let's have a look at Kajabi's community offering. I'm going to be completely honest up front and say that I'm not actively using this feature. We tried it when it first came out. I wasn't entirely happy with it, but I can absolutely show you how to use it, and I've got some examples to show you as well. And I'm very expectant that over the next 6 or 12 months, we will be back on the Kajabi community area, and obviously we'll update this video at that time. I just want to be totally honest and transparent up front. Now, your community is classed as a product inside of Kajabi, and you remember that you have an allocated number of those depending on which plan you're on. And this community will take up at least one product. The reason I say at least one product is you have an option of creating different tiers. So it might be that you want to have a free community in here, and then you want to let people know that there's a paid version as well where they can get more access to you. Well, that would be classed as 2 different products. In here, they're classed as access groups. So I need you to be aware of that. Certainly if you are on that basic plan of 3 products, you've just created a course if you're working through this playlist, and this, let's keep it maybe at just the free one for now, so it's only taking up 1 product. Having said that, it's $50 more to go from basic up to growth, and that will open up 15 products rather than 3. So you can see why people do start to increase. So we're going to go in here and create a new community. Now, unfortunately, I have just had a go at this again. While I've got this new clean install, I thought let's just load one on, then I'll delete it off and we can start again for the video. Unfortunately, it won't quite let me delete it out. So you'll see that when I click in community here, it's not saying build a community because I have already done one, and I thought we'd keep with this theme. If you watch my previous video on how to create an online course, we built it around our virtual video editors course, our mini course that we've got. So I figured let's do the community around the same one, and I called this No More Editing, and it won't let me get out of it. So I can't back off out of this. I can create an access group though. So when you create your community, it will be based on an access group. So I'm going to create a new access group here. We'll put the same thing on here and call it No More Editing. For the sake of this is around our course where we're encouraging people to outsource your video editing. So that's why we're calling it this. And we're going to put this down as a free access group. If we wanted to charge for it, we could put it in here and we could set all this up. You can, of course, skip this and come back to it later. Let me just hit save and finish with it as a free one. And here we are. So there are some settings that we do here. This is the dashboard. This tells me about my access groups. It tells me about my offers. So it did just create an offer for me. And then we've got some settings here as well. So I can change the title, description, which I just put in a little bit earlier. And so I can actually change this here, and I can put a logo in. So I've kept it with the same one. Let's save that. And then you're being prompted up here to go to the community. So we're going to do this and we'll open up another tab. And here it is. So your community has been made for you based on, we put a logo in, we put a name in, and we put a description in. And weirdly, it's pulled in for me a circle down here, Q&A, crush it together. So this must just be one that it drops in to get you started, which is kind of what it did with the course. It will just bring one in so you're not looking at a complete blank screen. And you should find as well, it did for me a few minutes ago when I did this, it'll just walk around with some pop-ups and just tell you what each area does. So this is your community. This is what it will look like for your members. And the way we work through here is we use circles. And we can add a new one in here. Let's say, introduce yourself. We could put an image on this. So introduce yourself, please introduce yourself here, and then see who else is here and say hi. Got a little happy image up there. The access group is No More Editing. Well, let me just finish this one first. What type do we want? Do we want it a feed or a chat? I'm going to put feed in, and it's public, and we can create this. Now, when that's said about different, which access group do you want this to be in? This is what I'm referring to when you can have a free area and then you can have a paid area. So if you wanted to introduce another access group, and that was for, you know, VIP or kind of next level, these are the ones that are actually paying you now, I don't know, $100 a month to get weekly calls from you, something like that. You could add that in as another level in here. And then when you're creating these circles, you say, nope, this one is going into the paid area. So only the people that have paid will have access to it and even see it in the column there. Let's create a couple more. Again, we're just going to choose this. It's a feed, it's public. So when I don't put an image on it, it's just pulling in the logo from the top, if you see that. Now, if I want to, we've got this Q&A here that I didn't actually make. So I can come over here to circles and I can change the name of this over. So this is, we've come into a different area here in the settings. We could be adding them in and running it down this way. And we can actually jig these around. Look, so we could click it here and we can drag that up. So introduce yourself to the first one. Ask the community, share your wins. You get the idea. So we're actually creating little pockets in here. I could post in here. I could attach an image, a file, audio, or a poll. Now, we have access in here then to, so these are individual spaces that people will post in. You can post in. You can see I've got one in here. Somebody can tick this and like it with any of these emojis, and they can comment and reply to it. So this is the feed style that it was talking about, very much like you would see in Facebook. If we wanted to add another circle in here that was more of just a chat, like you would do in a messenger, really, like a group messenger, WhatsApp. I don't think it's as popular in the States as it is in the UK, but let's put, we'll have another one just called off-topic chat. And then we need to still choose an access group, but instead of feed, we're going to use chat. When I click here, you'll see that it is a different style. So off-topic chat, I'm going to pull this to the bottom. So notice that instead of these posts here, when we get to off-topic chat, it's right at the bottom here. And I put it in and it is just going to carry on like a chat here, as I say, like you would see it in a messenger. So two different styles of coming at it. Once you've created your circle, you can't change it back to the alternative. So that's up to you as to how you think that could work, whether you think it would be nice just to be able to have it like a messenger chat without needing to create a post, potentially coming up with a title and things like that. Yeah, I'm less keen on this. We do have one like this in a community that we're in, but yeah, I don't see anything wrong in this. I don't think it takes really much longer to be able to just ask a quick question here and post it instead. So same thing there. How many? Oh, that's because I started a poll earlier. I think people can still comment below, or they can just start a new one. Yeah, but it's there. So they're your circles. That's really where the content, the buckets, if you like, that your content is being put into. You then have challenges and meetups up here. So challenges, you can create a challenge. So it might be that, we decide we're going to hire a video editor this month, and we could put it in here as a challenge, and people can log in. In fact, here we go. Let's have a go at it. Is it going to be a one-time challenge? So like this, a New Year's resolution, and we can choose the date that it's going to start from, and they've got however many days you want to complete the challenge. Or it could be a recurring challenge, and they can keep coming back through this as many times as they want. Again, you put a start time. You can say how often it repeats and an end date to that as well. And there's an option here that it's visible to all members. Again, if you'd got a hidden area, you could make the challenge available just to them. So you have got some templates in here, some ideas for challenges that you could do. They're kind of simple things. It's just, hey, take a photo of this, show off a photo that you've edited, walk us through the step-by-step process, a travel photo, or you can create a custom challenge up here. You put the name down, you put a description, and you choose which access group it's going into. If you want to, under advanced here, you can choose to attach a prize to it as well that people can get for going through. So just something simple in here, find a video editor. So this would be relevant to the training, and we could add this in as a challenge. Choose an exciting photo. It's already found one for me here. There we go. And so it's in here as a challenge. You can then click to join it and take part, and then you'll be able to post in afterwards when you've actually achieved it. You've then got meetups, and what you're able to do is have a live room inside of here. We talked about this briefly in the courses, but you can now do like a Zoom meeting inside of Kajabi. So you can go live into the live room. So we could create a meeting here, put a title, location, we could put start and end time. Is it going to repeat? This is quite handy if you do like a weekly call or a twice monthly call. Where's the access group going to be? And if you want to, you can attach it to, or you could hide it within a circle down here as well. Let's call this a weekly meetup. We're going to use the live room. In this case, we would use this live room that anybody could access. If we needed a private room with a separate link, we could do that. It's just putting an image in here. We could change that, but here we go. This is going to start in 15 minutes actually. And yes, it can repeat. All of those bits are in, and there we go. Now it's given me a link. I can share this out. What would happen as well if we've got people in here, they would all just get notified that an event has been made. And look, I can click and add it to the calendar. I can RSVP on it, and you'll see that this will build up a series of meetings in here that are upcoming that we can go to. Now let's just have a look inside this live meeting room. Actually, I'm not going to do that because I think it might mess up my recording that I'm doing right now. But you can have a look in there, and you will find that it will let you get in, and it's like jumping on. If you've ever used StreamYard or any of these platforms that you go and join a meeting on, you're kind of going into the similar interface where you'll choose your camera and your microphone, and then you'll enter the room, and away it goes to start it. And your audience will come and find it and access it through here as well. If they set reminders, it will tell them that the meeting's about to start. So yeah, that side of it is pretty good, and I like it. One of the things I don't like about it is when you've done a recording, it kind of puts your recording into a different place to where this is here. I'm sure that will be changing and upgrading soon, but right now it's a bit of a frustration to me. So these are your main things in here. You do have leaderboards. If you want to acknowledge and encourage people, they'll earn points from posting, commenting, completing challenges, things like that. Again, this is one of those things you either, whether you think this is a good idea or not. Personally, I think it can encourage a lot of liking and commenting for the sake of it, and people are just jumping all over it, tick, 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 tick. It feels a bit cheap. It's not the content and the response that I want. Somebody might not even have read the post, but they're trying to get up the leaderboard, so they're doing all the things they need to. It can be, I know people that really swear by this, and it can be really beneficial to their communities. Just handle with care, because you are going to attract people that just are competitive and will do anything to earn the points. I feel that I would rather have less engagement, but when people do comment and like it, it's because they genuinely feel like they want to. You're also on this navigation then, so you can change. This is the feed, and so whatever's going on in any of those circles down there will come into this main feed. Your challenges, your meetups will all appear, so you can come to that. I would keep that feed as default and see everything that's happening. You can have direct messages, and you can turn on whether you want direct messages with you as the host or not. You can have notifications, so every time somebody is posted in here, you will see their response, and it's a quick way of getting into it if you've got a busy community. And you can access your settings up here, so the community settings, which are the same as we accessed over here. You can access your profile and your personal settings as well. So if you want to do this stuff, you can do, and fill in a lot of information about who you are. Notifications is a good one. You definitely will want to go through this and let your customers, your members know about this, that you can adjust what notifications you get. Yeah, so they're not just being bombarded with things coming through. Now, one thing I would like to show you is when I come down into the community settings, there is a webinar that you can watch. You do just need to click it and register to be able to watch that. The thing that I like is there are some setup examples here as well. So you can go in here, and these are other communities, people that are using the community and really doing well with it. And you can have a look in here and see how they're using it. So you can view their community, and you'll find that there's a little video here that is playing through, and they're showing you there how they've set theirs up. So that can be really helpful to hear from people that are using it and getting on well. Like I say, I'm not personally using it, but I really don't want that to put you off and stop you from having a go at it. Find someone down here that's potentially in a similar niche to you maybe. But some of these have done a really nice job of pulling in a Kajabi page into here. I haven't quite sussed it out myself. So there are ways of doing this to aid with the onboarding. They've brought in a nice little logo at the top. You can see they've got their circles down here. So do have a look at that. If you're serious about having a go with this community, I've found that really useful to go through and have a look at these. And there are so many resources in here anyway that you can go to. Head to the help center, ask over there. Look, all of this information about communities if you want to have a go at that and set that up. What you'll find is, in terms of getting people into this, because this is classed as a product, when we get onto offers and we show you how to set that up, you attach this community as a product. So in this case, if somebody were purchasing my virtual video editor product, the course, I can also attach the product, which is this community, No More Editing. So when they purchase it, they'll have two products in their library, the actual course and the community, and they access them both the same way by clicking on them, and it will open up the community. Now, I should just mention that there is a mobile app for this as well. It does work nicely. You'll probably find that you'll get a lot more engagement from people that are accessing from the mobile app. You can go to the App Store for your phone and look for Kajabi Communities, and it's a separate app to your actual course. Unfortunately, it would be nice to see them both in the same app, but if you're on any other Kajabi communities, you can access them all from the same app. It's because Kajabi used Vibely, or they bought out Vibely, and I guess the platform was for them. So you've got two separate apps running. As I say, it would be lovely to see that coming together into one app so that you can access your content in your course and the community at the same time. So I hope that's been helpful. It's a little bit hard for me. Now, before I leave you with communities and head on to the next product, I will just show you, this is one that we set up 18 months ago when this was first available to us. I did think we'd have a try at using this, and I set up a few circles down here. Didn't set challenges, wasn't loving that. Meetups. So the meetups, this is what I mean, you see. So where are we? I don't even know how to tie this together. We were trying to get these going September. So this is where somebody would have clicked to go to that support call. So you can see that we've got support calls down here, and you can actually use Zoom. You don't have to use it in here. So I still on here was using links out to Zoom, but this one on September the 14th. So it would make sense to me that if this was where the meetup was, when I clicked on this, the replay would be there, but it isn't. The replay, and I'm not quite sure where they've just disappeared. The replay sits up here as a small little recording, and I'm either meant to watch it up here, or I can go full screen, or I can have it as a pop-out window and I can work with it like that. But it won't let me. It's going to stick to one of the corners. So this is really why I've not invested into Kajabi's community. There's definitely a need for it. I just don't feel that it's quite there yet. So we're using something else for that, which I'm not going to go into in this video, because I'm hoping that before long we'll be back here on Kajabi and we'll update this video and we'll be telling you how amazing it is. But we're going to go on from this. I hope you found that useful. Do let me know in the comments if you've got any questions about it. I realize it's a bit hard because I haven't really built it or got experience. This is one of the areas that I'm lightest in, I guess. But we're going to come on next to coaching. We do have a good coaching program set up in Kajabi, so that'll be a good one. Now, even if you're not thinking of offering one-to-one coaching yet, I'm encouraging you to just come over here, check this video out, and at least know what it could offer you, and maybe it will just spark some interest. All right, I'll see you over there.